Good morning, dear students. Welcome to P.N.AMERSEY e-learning classes. In this video, we are going to study Activity 4 and Activity 5 and 7.4 plant part. Activity 4 is about transpiration process, Activity 5 is about photosynthesis process, and 7.4 root is about the plant part. What is transpiration? Water comes out of leaves in the form of vapor by a process is called transpiration. Plants release a lot of water into the air through this process. Transpiration helps the plant in the following ways. First, it helps in cooling the leaves, just as loss of water during sweating helps us to keep cool. When leaves lost water during transpiration, more water and minerals are pulled upwards from the roots to make up for the lost water. Thus, leaves help in the conduction of water and minerals in the plant through transpiration process. To demonstrate that water is given off during transpiration process, what things required? A potted plant, 2 polythene bags, and Vaseline. Method: take a recently watered potted plant. Cover a leaf of the plant with Vaseline or grease. Tie a polythene bag around the leaf. You can see in the figure also. Cover another leaf with another polythene bag. Do not apply Vaseline on this leaf. Keep the potted plant in sunlight for a few hours and then observe. What will you observe? The inside of the polythene bag of the leaf without Vaseline will have droplets of water. The other polythene bag with leaf greased with Vaseline will not have water droplets. Here the conclusion comes out. Water is given out by the leaves in the form of water vapor through the stomata by the process of transpiration. The leaf covered with Vaseline could not give out water because its stomata were blocked by a Vaseline. So, plants release a lot of water into the air through this process. We will learn more about this in chapter 14. Why do we tie a cover around the leaves? Would we have seen the water evaporate? If we have not tied a polythene cover, what makes the water appear on the polythene bag? In chapter 5, we notice that water changing into different forms in some other activities. Can you think of this and name the process that makes water drops appear on the polythene cover? Leaves also have another functions. Let us study this. What is photosynthesis? Activity 5. Leaves prepare their food in the presence of sunlight and a green colored substance present in them. For this, they use water and carbon dioxide from air. This process is called as photosynthesis. Oxygen is given out in this process. The food prepared by leaves ultimately gets stored in different parts of plant as a starch. Activity 5. To show that sunlight is required by green leaves to produce starch. What we require: a potted plant, spirit. Activity 5. We would require a leaf, spirit, beaker, test tube, burner, iodine solution, tripod, a watch glass for this activity. Take a leaf, green leaf, and boil it in a water. Now put the leaf in a test tube and pour spirit to completely cover the leaf. Put the test tube in a beaker half filled with water. Heat the beaker till all the color from the leaf comes out into the spirit in the test tube. This process of removing green color from the leaf is called as bleaching. After bleaching, wash the leaf again in cold water. Put the leaf on a plate and pour a few drops of iodine solution on it. What will you observe? What will you observe? The leaves turns into blue or black in color. As with this activity we can say green leaves make starch during photosynthesis process. In chapter 2, we saw that a slice of raw potato also shows the presence of starch. Potatoes get this starch from their leaves and store it. Leaves prepare their food in the presence of sunlight and a green colored substance present in them. For this, they also use water and carbon dioxide. This process is known as photosynthesis. Oxygen is given out in this process. The food prepared by leaves ultimately gets stored in different parts of the plant. We have seen that the stem supplies leaf with water. The leaf uses the water to make food. The leaves also lose water through transpiration. To the stem and leaves get water. That is where the roots come in. 7.4 plant part is roots. What is roots? The roots help in holding the plant firmly in the soil. They are said to anchor the plant to the soil. It always grows towards the gravity and moisture and away from the light. The root system of plants is mainly of two types, taproot and fibrous root. There are two types of root system, taproot system and fibrous root system. What is taproot? In a plant with a taproot system, the taproot is the largest, most central and most dominant root from which other roots sprout laterally. What is fibrous root? A fibrous root system is usually formed by thin, moderately branching roots growing from the stem. What are the functions of the root? Root anchor the plant to the soil. Root absorb water and minerals present in the soil. Water and mineral salts reach the stem and the branch through a system of thin tubes present in the roots and the stem. Roots bind the soil particles together and prevent soil erosion. This prevents the plant from being pulled out easily or blown away by the wind. The plant uses these to manufacture food and carry out life functions. In this way, roots prevent the soil from being blown away by the wind or washed away by water. Our next four activities are Activity 6, plant with roots, without roots. Activity 7, young plants grown on cotton. Activity 8, types of roots. Activity 9, taproot and fibrous root. Activity 6, plants with roots and without roots. To see, roots absorb water and minerals, salts from the soil. Things needed: 2 pots, 2 weed plants, khurpi, some water, soil or a blade, a pair of scissors. Method: take 2 pots A and B. Fill them with soil. Select 2 weed plants from an open ground. With the help of a khurpi, dig these plants without breaking their roots. Plant in pot A. With the help of scissors, cut off the roots of the other plant and plant it in a pot B. Provide water to both the plants regularly and observe the plants after a week. What will you observe? The plant in pot A remains healthy while the plant in pot B wilts, eventually gets dries. Conclusion: in plants, roots are essential for the absorption of water and mineral salts from the soil. Do this activity help you to understand the important function of the root? Let us do an activity to study another function of root. Activity 7. Young plants grown on cotton. We would require seeds of gram and maize, cotton wool, a katori, bowl and some water. Take 2 katoris, bowl, place some wet cotton in them. Put 3 or 4 seeds of gram in one and maize in the other bowl. Keep the cotton wet by sprinkling water every day until the sprouts grown in young plants. After a week, try to separate the young plants from the cotton. Was it easily to separate the cotton from the roots? Why? It is easy because we have kept a cotton in the bowls. In activity 6, we could not pull out the plants from the soil, right? We dug them out. This is because roots help in holding the plant firmly to the soil. They anchor the plant to the soil. You have seen that there are different kinds of stems and leaves. Do the roots also show a variety? Let us find out. Activity 8. Types of roots. Study figure 7.16. A and B carefully. Now look at the roots of the gram plants you have pulled out from the cotton in the previous activity. In activity 7, do they look like the roots shown in the figure 7.16 A or those in figure 7.16 B? How about the roots of maize plant? Write gram or maize in the blank space in the figure after matching the roots with the figures. In what way are the roots of gram and maize similar? In what way are they different? There seem to be 2 different types of root, isn't it? Are there also other types of root? Let us find out. Children, here you have to identify in figure 7.16 whether it is a root of gram or maize. Activity 9. Taproot and fibrous root. Go to an open ground where many wild plants are growing. Dig out a few, wash the soil off the roots and observe them. Do you find that all of them have either the kinds of root shown in the figure 7.17a and b? For roots of the kind shown in figure 7.17a, the main root is called as taproot and the smaller roots are called as lateral roots. Plants with roots as shown in figure 7.17b does not have a main root. All the roots seem similar and these are called fibrous root. Separate the plants you have collected into 2 groups. In group A, put turnip and tapioca. We also eat many other parts of a plant where food is stored. Do you agree that stem is like a street with two-way traffic? Figure 7.18 you can see. Write the name of material that goes up in the stem and that which comes down. In the next section, we will study about the structure of a flower. Thank you, dear students.